Voompa, 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 voompa. Clearance sale. Everything must go. Well, I didn't think I'd be watching The Grinch for a few more weeks, but apparently it's time to start tearing everything down. So grab the hammers and the axes. We're doing a rebuild, baby. Let's tear this mother down. Lars Eller gets traded back to the Washington Capitals, and it has begun. It has begun. The great dismantling of our time. Emergency Pens fan react. Lars Eller going back to the Capitals for this year's 5th and a 2027 pick. Let's talk about it here for a little bit. This is the Let's Go Pens fan react to Lars Eller being traded. So, by the way, thank you to all of you who watched yesterday's video, because who knew on YouTube, people like it when you go nuts and rant and rave about whatever. This is how political commentary works, I guess. So, Lars Eller traded back to the Capitals, and this is what's going to begin. This is what starts it. So, I was thinking about doing a rant video earlier today about who needs to go. As some of you may have heard in my rant last night, you need to go into the room and say, who here wants to actually win? And if you don't, get out. You're going to get traded. And apparently this morning, amongst a lot of content that came out, specifically Mike Sullivan saying, I don't think frustrated is the right choice of words. I'm very disappointed in the team last night. And they got a few fluky goals and the game just got away from us. I know we can play better. Shut up. You're not frustrated out of that, Sully. That's you. Anyway, it was made note that Kyle Dubas said everybody's on the table except Crosby. Everyone else? All right, what do you got? What do you got? All right, let's put everything out on the table, okay? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? I got people. I got things. I got names. I got, hey, I got cards. I got cards. Who wants them? Who wants them? All right, come on, line them up, line them up, line them up. Who wants them? You, DC, you want Lars Eller? Here he is. What do you give it up for him? This year's 5th? Cool. Can you take all of his contract? Cool. Can you throw in something else? You know, maybe throw in another very distant pick just to sweeten the deal. What? You want a 27 third rounder? Sure. Throw in that to sweeten the deal. And bam, it happened. Lars Eller's going back to the Capitals, which will send a few Hershey Bears back down to them. And also, it frees up some more room, and it frees up some cap space for us to, do the things. So you know what, folks? This is it. This has got to be a symbol of tanking at this point. Absolutely has to be. Without a doubt, we're going to figure it out. So I'm going to sit down here for a little bit because I need to bring this up here on the laptop to see who else can go. So there are other names that I would like to see the Pens get rid of. These are expirings. This is stuff off the book. So this is all the information I'm going to tell you right now. Let's get this down here. It's going to be, coming from Puckpedia. Great space if you're a podcaster or a blogger. This is a place to go because Cap Friendly doesn't exist anymore. The Penguins now have $1.4 million in cap space as of right now today at the time of this recording. So getting Eller off the books for a 25 fifth round and a 27 third round is what they are getting for him. So who else could we get rid of? Isn't expiring that we could get off the books this year? Well, you got 4 forwards. First off, Anthony Beauvillier. I know there are some people that like him. He's a youngster. I don't know. I don't know if he goes. Next up, Drew O'Connor. A lot of people like him. I think he's earned his time and gets his keep in. Matt Nieto, yes. When he's done with LTIR, start making phone calls. Get him out of here. Jesse Pugliarvi. There are some people out there who want to see Jesse traded. I'm not one of those people. I think Pugliarvi is fine. I think you stick around. But if somebody makes you a way too good of a deal, you probably throw him in on it. Now, on defense is where we have a lot of money tied up and the problem. All right, so I don't mind Lars Eller going. I honestly don't. I think there are guys who will very much step up in his place. This could get a chance for them to bring up McGordy, get him, maybe I think the Tristan Braz, he's having a good year down in Wilkes-Barre. Possibly bring him up as well. Pano Mariev, bring him up. Bernstrom, Emily Bernstrom, you still have him down there. Jonathan Gruden still down there. You've liked Jonathan Gruden, right? He did the thing. And maybe Philippe Hollander or Bjornquist, bring them up as well. So there are names that could be brought up on the forward front that will definitely help and be younger. So also on the forward front, I'd say get Kevin Hayes out of here. Now, that's a big $3.5 million cap it. Somebody taking that without retention is going to be tough. That's going to be tough. I'd love to see Noel Acciari go. Get him out. Get him out. Done. But as we're saying, on to the defense. All of you are going to say, what about Erik Karlsson? He needs to go. Agreed. But we still have him for the next 2 or 3 years at $10 million a pop. You need someone crazy to take that. And I mean nuts to take that. I know we were nuts for doing it. But I know people want him gone. There are people who want Letang gone too. We're stuck with him for the next 4 years. You want to know how old Letang is going to be when his contract's up? 41. Yeah. Dude's a legacy deal. There are a lot of people who don't like him. He's a liability. He is an alternate A because, well, it's him. Another one people would see like to go would be Ryan Graves, who has just not worked in this system after being brought over from the New Jersey Devils. And maybe that's true, maybe it isn't, but he has just fallen off. Expirings on the defensive end, Marcus Pettersson. You can make a case for keeping him around, but he has a no-trade clause. Matt Grzelcyk, get him out. No, don't care. Go. Don't be surprised if Ryan Shea or Jack St. Ivany is a possibility as well. I don't like seeing Ivany go. I think he's doing decent enough. And you got a lot of young talent down in Wilkes-Barre that you could start bringing up for additions. Sebastian Aho, the other one. Philippe Carl, Mac Hollowell, Nathan Kullerman are guys you could all bring up and get tryouts going. Now, lastly, on the goaltenders, Tristan Jarry. Find a sucker to get him. You have to find a sucker to get him. The thing is, that's going to be hard to do. Because who's going to take that contract? But a friend of mine, someone else in the PWO, said flip him for John Gibson in Anaheim. I'm listening. It's doable. Don't be surprised if there's some retention that needs to be done. But Anaheim's got cap room. Jari's going to be 30. And he gets to go to Pacific Division to rebuild himself. And Gibson gets to come here. Let's see. Ned could get flipped. 2-year, 2.5 each. He could. Blomqvist, I hope doesn't. He's earned his time. I think Alex should stick around as well, but if you bring in Gibson, you might flip another one. Because I don't think Tyler Gauthier is ready to go down there in Wilkes-Barre. Neither is Sergei Murashev as well. Or Philippe Larson. Hey, remember when we had those two Swedish goaltenders down in Wilkes-Barre? Good times. Anyway, I think this is a lot of Penn's social media saying this is it. This is the beginning. That even before Monday's game, it's time to start sending people. And I think that's this is the first. We will see what happens next. And so much so that, well, I thought I'd be getting a night off from doing videos. But I guess not. I guess this is what happens when you become a recap guy and a vlogger for the Pens. I guess this is what happens. Anyway, see you tomorrow night after the game against Detroit. I know I said Columbus last night and I messed that up, but we got Detroit tomorrow. This will be interesting. Count me in. I'm interested. Also because I got to do these videos, but this will be interesting. Let's go Pens. May you all live in interesting times.